Hello, everybody. How are you doing from Fort Payne, Alabama? So, today I just wanted to come on and say howdy. I know that a lot of people are homebound at the moment. I know that most folks are a little scared. I find that the young don't seem to be too excitable about it because they still feel like they'll live forever and they're being told that their immune system is strong. And most young people don't have issues with the disease even when they get it. Hello. So we find that most of our young customers, they might think about getting some elderberry syrup from us, but I don't know. They're just, oh, it's just all a big hoax. It's just silly. But that's okay. That's where they are, and their parents are not very old either, so therefore they're not worried about losing their parents to it because of them being medically fragile or aging. So for me, I am afraid of losing my parents. My mom, hey, Pam, I just put that free class on the group page on the recipes for the soup. If you soup for the soap, that I did the video last week on bar number 13 and bar number 15, and I promised that all members that I would do a free class on Facebook, giving the exact recipes and discussing options, which we just did. So if you remember, hop over there and you can watch that video after this one. But anyway, so my parents, my dad's 85 and my mom is in her 70s. I think she's 76. Anyway, and I got to thinking about it about 2.5 weeks ago that, there was a possibility that if my dad got it, he would die. It's like the doctor said, pretty much you're 85 years old, you're anemic to some degree, and you have leukemia, and even though you've lasted for all these years with leukemia when we told you that you wouldn't, hi there. We decided, they basically said if you get it, it's all she wrote. So, uh, one of my relatives passed away in Georgia, not from the virus, he had a heart attack. And the immediate family, was going through the loss. And I thought to myself, if I locked my parents up in their house, how would they get it? So that's what I did. I went over there and I gave them both a hug and I told them how much I loved them. And then I said, I don't want you to leave the house. And so they were a little bit like, what? I got doctor's appointments. I was like, no. If you go to the doctor's appointments, it's going to be a death sentence because there's people going to be getting this soon. This was like it was down in the boats back then. And I was like, it's coming up. People are getting off the boats and not being properly quarantined to some degree. People are getting off planes and they're not being quarantined enough just yet. And uh, so I said, if you just stay here in the house and not go anywhere, you can't get it. Well, the first week and a half, they was a little stressed out. They'd call me every now and then. They're like, well, we was thinking about just getting in the car. We was just going to go to the drugstore. We was just going to ride through the drive-thru. And I'm like, I'm in Fort Payne right now. What drugs do you need me to pick up at the drugstore? I'll have them for you. 15 minutes. I'd zoom in there and get them, and I'd be on their door. Hello. And I would put it out on the table on the porch and dump it out of the bag so that I didn't touch it. And then Mom would spray it with alcohol, and then she'd take it in the house. She'd wear gloves. And Daddy would come to the door and he'd be like, I wish you'd come in the house. Oh, no, Daddy, we ain't doing that. And so, but then President Trump got on the TV and he said, if you're older and you're more at risk and you're worried about getting it and you don't actually have to go anywhere, then just go get a bunch of supplies and hold up in your house. And don't go nowhere and don't let nobody in. And so then Mom and Dad thought it was a perfectly wonderful idea that I'd had to lock them up in their house. And they've got a big country yard, so moms can still get out and take care of her chickens without entertaining anyone. They can go outside and pet their dogs and feed their dogs, walk around. They've got a big yard, so she can play with her garden, and she's already sowed things and planting things, and she's already reading her books on farming and gardening this year, and so everything is going well for them. My dad had went to the doctor's office because he felt like his stomach was giving him trouble, and doctor's offices can be death sentences for my daddy. So when he got there, sure enough, he was anemic. His ulcer had flared, and he hadn't been eating good because of the leukemia issues. He'd gone anemic, and then he got a bug from somebody at the doctor's office. And he don't never get sick because he's just so cautious, but he don't get around people that's sick, and he uses hand sanitizer like little missile bombs. He keeps it in his pockets and everywhere. And so anyway, that's how we keep him alive. And so anyway, so I went and bought, and so if you have anybody that's got this problem and you're trying to keep them in the house, this is one of the reasons I'm talking about this. I went and bought baby infant vitamins because they're liquid and they can my dad could take some and it didn't have to digest in his stomach. It could digest all the way down. And I got him B complex liquid vitamins, and then I wouldn't let him go back to the doctor for the transfusion that they wanted to give him because they nearly killed him with the flu or the cold or whatever it was when he just went into their offices. I can just imagine him opening up his veins. And so we got his anemia all sorted out. He's been eating spinach leaves, and I bought him Ensure drinks. And so don't let your elderly family members go to the doctor right now if you can help it. Do everything you can to prevent it. And so that's what I did, and Daddy was able to heal up, and he's fine now, and lots of friskiness, and he is totally on board now because President Trump said it was a good idea. So that's what I've been doing with my relatives, my mom and dad. And then for my grandson, which is autistic and does not eat well and has a poor immune system because of it, I've got them on gummy vitamins and vitamin C, and he's on 2 Ensures a day, and I have been preparing meals, kid-loving meals, as often as I can at my house and sending them to his house, stuff I know he likes to eat. And that strains my budget, but not my daughter's, because things that he eats, not everybody eats. He likes things with hot dogs in them, and he'll tell you to make him some macaroni and cheese, but he better not see nothing else in there. So I've been making up extra food. He really loves chili pies and things like that. So if you have any children who are a little bit medically fragile, go get them some vitamin C right now. Go get them some Ensures and get them on vitamins if they're not already, and see to it that they take them and that they drink them. And he has put on weight, and he looks so much better. And he's also taken elderberry syrup. Now, elderberry syrup, there's some of it right back up there in the corner. And we just made a 4-full batch. That's 4 batches last night. We were here to real late because our community is all wanting elderberry syrup to help keep them healthy. So we have been selling elderberry syrup like crazy. We've even been wholesaling it. So if you have the ability to get the dried elderberries, there's lots of videos here on YouTube to teach you how to make elderberry syrup. And I think you should put your entire family on it, including yourself. Kids get a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons a day, and that's broke up if you can, morning, night. And then adults, 2 tablespoons if possible. And if you should get sick because you just started taking it and your immune system wasn't strong enough yet, because it builds the immune system, you can take it 4 times, even 6 times a day. When you take it, it immediately clears up all cold symptoms. It's awesome, and it's just grand. Note to self, don't put apple cider vinegar in there as an aid for digestion because it gives people with ulcers attacks. we tried we tried to reduce it, but anybody with any kind of stomach problem could not take it. So we said, okay, apple cider vinegar, Even though it was great for us and for everybody else, it was not great for those people with stomach issues. So we had to take that completely out. One of the things we've been adding is things like echinacea herbs and golden seal herbs and ginger and things of that sort. There's lots of wonderful recipes online. I just wanted to sit down and talk to all y'all guys. I just love you. And I wanted to talk to you and say, hey, you're not alone. We're all together in this thing. And I wanted to just talk to you about it and give you just a little bit of an update and everything, and tell you how things were going on my end. And if you're homebound, maybe this will be a little piece of entertainment. I know that we've been plotting it. My husband's workplace they offered anybody that wanted $1,000 a week, they would pay you $1,000 and you go home for 2 weeks. And in case you had children or whatever, that there was no school because the schools are closed here. I think the schools are closed everywhere. And sure enough, the people took that deal. And so there's tons of people that are homebound that are not working, getting $1,000 a week from their job at where my husband works. And he said, I don't qualify for any of the reasons that you could get $1,000, because they were like reasons like you have children, you have a fragile person in your home, or you feel like somebody in your family is sick and needs to quarantine. They had all these reasons. And so everybody with children immediately went home. And so he said, there's a lot of people with children that live here, that work here. And he says, I don't know if I'm going to have a job because there just won't be anybody to run the line for me to fix it, because he's a repair tech. He repairs the robots when they break. And he said, so I may be jobless, but I won't get the $1,000. And then I heard that President Trump was thinking about giving everybody $1,000, 18 and over. And we're trying to keep the store open. Some of the things that we're doing, and you might want to try this, thank you, is you might want to put 2 capfuls of bleach in a humidifier and run bleach water. If your humidifier is bad, to lay water down on the surface right in front of it. Then lay some towels down and even a garbage bag as a liner to protect your surfaces out under it and out from it where the steam lays. But we've got bleach water running in the store right now in a humidifier to keep the germs killed in the air, hopefully. I'm trying to read a few comments, thank you. And then we've got alcohol spray and paper towels at the front door. And we have been burning sage all day. They say that sage, for one thing, just makes you feel happy. If you have a place around local that has sage, some people say burning sage kills germs in the air. It's hard to know for sure if that's true, but it could be. And there was a doctor, an actual medical MD that did a video, and I was watching it. Hey, darling, you want to show your pretty hair off? Look, she did things to her hair. Woo! Look at that. It's Madonna all over again. Now, does it smell like bleach in here to you?
Not really. I just smell my hair. That's pretty much it.
Well, I don't smell it. And I do. It was 2 capfuls of bleach in the base of the humidifier. We bought the Vicks, and you can make it a little stronger if you wanted to, but we just thought that was a stopgap method maybe to kill germs that was floating around in the air from customers. Customers are coming in, they're getting their stuff really quick and getting out. They're really appreciating the alcohol at the door and the bleach water in the humidifier and the burning of the sage. So this doctor, he was an MD, and he said 10 things to do to prevent the conquer virus. I call it the conquer virus because it's trying to conquer us all. Anyway, and I know, I'm just crazy. Once I thought of it, that's all I can remember now. I rarely even know how to pronounce it anymore because it's the conquer virus. Anyway, so So he said burn sage, it killed germs in the air. And I've posted that on my page before, and I've had 1,000 people get on there and go like, that's not true, that's a lie, that was fake news. And I'm like, okay, I don't know, but I love the way it smells, and it makes me feel happy. It says, the Christian Science people, they did studies, chemical scientific studies, and they said that it definitely changes the positive ions in the air to negative, which makes everybody breathe better and feel happier. But they did say it killed germs. I haven't found that, but I find it in other places on the web, and this doctor said it, and I thought, okay, maybe I'll take more note to it, even though I was accosted for the opinion before on Facebook. Oh, anyway, so, yeah, I'm in my hippie shirt today. Tell you a funny story. I was in my tie-dye shirt, and I had my hippie earrings on, and my hippie jewelry on, and my tree of life, and stuff like this, and my rock bracelets on, and I forgot how I was dressed, and I went into one of the city buildings, and I was in line to get my business license renewed, and I was just sitting in line, waiting my turn. And this guy, he was the head honcho. He was back in the back. He could see the line, but the receptionist lady was dealing with us all. But he was like in charge of the whole department or something. He was back in the back. And he finally decided that he needed to get that hippie out of here. And so he comes out there and he goes, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you with something?" It took me a minute, I thought, well, is he going to try to push me further the line or something? What's going on here, And it didn't hit me I had on my hippie clothes. I just forgot. And I was like, well, I'm just waiting to get my city license renewed. This is the right line, isn't it? And he goes, "You have a business here in Fort Payne?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm on First Street. I'm the Cornerstone Market." "Oh, yes, ma'am, this is the right place." He looked like, "But you don't look like you should have a business." And he went back to the back and sat down. So anyway, don't wear your tie-dye shirt into the place to get your business license redone. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. And then we've debated shutting the store down, but people need the sage, They need the prayer candles. I love having my prayer candles when I'm praying for my parents not to get the conquer virus. And people need elderberry syrup, and so we're going to hang in here and see if we can stay open, and people are buying stuff, I'll remind you, if you would like to buy some of my soap, www.essential-soaps, because I want you to buy more than one, .com. That's www.essential-soaps.com. You can buy some soap from me, and I'll package it up for you myself and send it out. And you can get a mystery box. I love to do the mystery boxes. I know if you're like homebound and you need like a treat, you need to get on there and get you a mystery bag or a mystery box. And we wrap all the little things up in wrapping paper and put it down in the bag or the box, and we put confetti and different fun things, and you get a card, and it's like Christmas. So if you're homebound and you need a special fun treat, get on there and get a mystery box or a mystery bag, and I'll fix it up for you special. See, do you have where to buy aloe vera gel to make hand sanitizer? I mean, so we don't get ripped off. I'm allergic to aloe vera. And I would think that your local health food store would be the place you'd normally go, but right now, I got the last bottle of Tylenol and the last bottle of vitamin C in 2 different stores, and I went back there, and those shelves have not been refilled, or at least not with enough that didn't disappear immediately. So let's see. Buy aloe vera in bulk.
Here are the listings for aloe vera in bulk near Fort Payne.
Near Fort Payne. Bulk Apothecary. Bulk Apothecary has aloe vera. It says immediately at the top $3,981.17. But don't be frightened away from that because I don't know what they're selling right there. But in below that, in sizes to pick from, oh, that's 100 pounds. They have 16 ounces of aloe vera liquid for $3.63. And they have a gallon jug of aloe vera for $14.76. And I think one of those would take care of you. And that's Bulk Apothecary. Um, Elderberries. Let me do a research for elderberries. Let's see if they've got those. They've got elderberry extract, 500 milligrams in V caps, and they've got elderberry with zinc lozenges. And they're well priced. A 30 lozenges is $5.37. But they don't have the elderberries. I thought they might. Yes, and as soon as they told us that we had the first case here in Alabama was found, people went crazy, and they started raiding the shelves. And I came, and there was no alcohol, there was no bleach, there was no anything. But I remembered, actually, my daughter did, that there was a brand spanking new Dollar General that had just opened up yesterday up on the mountain in a place that you would never conceive that a Dollar General store would be. And then a lot of people didn't know it existed yet. So I went to that and I bought all of their alcohol. I think I might have went in a frenzy. I think there's a possibility that I had been altered by the fact that I couldn't find any alcohol anywhere in the entire city or Gadsden. And they had alcohol. And I got down on my hands and knees and started raking that stuff off the shelf and loading it up in my buggy like this right here. I bought every bit of it. And I bought toilet paper and paper towels for my parents. I bought toilet paper and paper towels for here. We don't use toilet paper. And I got paper towels for the house from them, but I didn't buy all the paper. I just bought it up, but the alcohol just went crazy over. Dad's got leukemia, and we got to keep him healthy. And afterwards, I thought, there was other people that probably could need some alcohol. I was so bad, but then it's like after you've done that, what do you do? Okay, so hand sanitizer's got to be rubbed in the hands for 4 minutes. You see, I don't use hand sanitizer. We use straight alcohol. And by the way, I went to the alcohol store after. I couldn't buy any alcohol anywhere before. I remembered, or my daughter did, about the new Dollar General store. All right, I'll tell you about the leukemia in a minute. And so, I went to the alcohol store and I bought 2 jugs of Everclear. 2-gallon jugs. They were $40 each. I didn't think nothing of it because I had to have some alcohol. I had to be able to sanitize my daddy's groceries before they went in the house. And then I found a place that had real alcohol. I mean, like rubbing alcohol. Oh, you would have saw me. It was like falling in a pile between my legs on the floor, and I was throwing it up like some rabid dog. When I was going to the cash register, I was like, will they let me buy this? Will they let me buy all this? Will they let me buy all this? And they didn't give a flip. They were ringing it up, throwing it in them bags like, oh, you did good. You found you some alcohol. And out they went. Yeah, I have alcohol. I may have to start selling it. I have quite a bit of alcohol. And so what I did is I took alcohol, and the thieves essential oil, and I put it in little containers, and I stuck it at the front counter, and I've been selling them for people that didn't manage to get any alcohol for hand sanitizer, because I can't do aloe vera, and that's always in all the natural, hand sanitizer recipes is aloe vera. I can't do aloe vera. I'm allergic to it. Deathly allergic to it. But anyway, so on the leukemia thing, my dad, he has the good kind of leukemia, and I don't know exactly why there's a good kind compared to a bad kind. But years back, my dad was still in his 70s. I think he was 78, and now he's 85. And they told him he didn't have but maybe a year left then. But they told us, they said, your daddy's immune system is destroyed every day by the leukemia. So what's going to happen is he is going to get a cold, and that is going to turn into strep throat or something, or the flu. And then it's going to turn into pneumonia, and then your father's going to pass away because his immune system will not be strong enough to protect him. So I bought my father, I had it already here at the store, I just went and got it. I mean, we asked him, like, what kind of medicine are you going to give him to help him recoup? I was thinking for sure they would be giving him something to help him build his immune system. They just sent him home with some coupons for hand sanitizer. It told him to use it regularly, very often, and to not go out of the house if he could help it, and not get in large crowds of people. And so since then, he has only been sick 2 times. One just recently because he got anemic because his ulcer started bothering him, and then one a few years back. And how we keep my dad's immune system strong is black cumin. We take black cumin on a regular basis, and it keeps his immune system strong enough that it keeps away sickness. So if he doesn't get sick, he can't die of pneumonia. So, and that's what they say will kill him, is the pneumonia, not the leukemia. They've actually closed. I guess I better go by the alcohol store. I better go get some Crown. If I get holed up in the house, I'm gonna have to have Crown. Anyway, I better go to my state store. So anyway, I got 2 gallons though of Everclear. I can make some homemade apple pie moonshine. Anyway, we'll be happy at the house. Yeah, we got the contravirus. We got some homemade apple pie alcohol. Anyway, so that's how I keep my daddy safe. And so nowadays they've even got black cumin gel caps like they do the vitamin E. And I really recommend, if you have somebody sick, to get that. I had not gone around to getting the gel caps yet for my grandson because he cannot swallow pills, and we tried to get him to take the oil by itself, and it was very difficult. But he is taking the elderberry syrup, which also builds the immune system, but we have not been able to manage to get him to take the black cumin. The black cumin has an earthy, black pepper type flavor, but yet it's not spicy or hot in any way. But it has a little bit of a black pepper flavor, and it has an earthy flavor, and it's an oil just like olive oil. They take the seeds of the Niagara salvia plant, and they're little seeds, and they put them into a hand grinder. It's a hand press, and it presses all of the all the oil out of the seed, and then they strain it to make sure any little pieces of seed didn't get down in it. And then people take it for immune system. They also use it for skincare products to help build the immune system. It is an FDA approved drug. I don't know what you have to do to get that particular version of it. I don't think they probably, the stuff straight out of Egypt is probably, it has to go through a refining process or something. Yes, elderberries, awesome. Really? Good for cancer. I did not know that. And so on the elderberry, on the black cumin, it's in cancer drugs to help build the immune system for people who are going through chemotherapy. And it's an approved prescription drug component. And you can therefore read tons of things about it. They found urns of it in the Egyptian tombs that were still viable. And when they put it through the spectrograph, there's portions of it that they can't identify because that's the only place they've ever found that particular substance. And when they did, the FDA actually did their own tests. They found that 70% of the people that took it, or was it everybody that took it, their immune system T cells increased 70%. And so everybody's immune system jacked. So we highly recommend black cumin, and we recommend that you get it and take it. Ooh, the phone is starting to go to crazy. Yes, it's my mom and my dad. I gotta go get some new things to carry to them today for them to help pass the time. And I gotta go to the grocery store too. And I gotta answer this phone before they kill me. And I gotta figure out how to turn the ringer off. There we go. Oh, they're gonna get me now. I didn't answer the phone. I'm a bad girl. All right. So anyway, so I am just wanting to check in. And that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to go try to find something that would interest my daddy. Go to the state store and buy Crown. And I'm going to get a few groceries or try to, and go home and stay there until I have to work on Friday. One lady here, she says, elderberry is good stuff. Keeping my mom in the house. She has had cancer, clear of cancer for 10 years. There I got it right. So she's keeping her on the elderberry, keeping her home, keeping her away from everybody. Poor parents, all locked down with nowhere to go. Yes, I am 54, gonna be 55 this year. And so I am at risk of getting it and not doing well. And so I am being extra cautious. By the way, in our state, they have quit telling what counties the cases are in. And a nurse posted in our county that she was taking care of some patients who were positive tested here in DeKalb County. And she said she almost lost her job. And she posted that she got hacked on her Facebook to keep her job. And it's scary. And so now we have 39 cases in the state of Alabama, but they won't tell us what counties they're in anymore. They've decided to quit telling us what counties they're in for some reason, and I don't know why. So we don't know. But that her post got took down. It was took down by Facebook, actually. The CDC, I think, contacted Facebook, and it was removed by Facebook. And we have it in DeKalb County now. So, but they say that if you gargle with vinegar twice a day, that the vinegar can kill the virus in your throat before it moves down into your lungs. So I'm told that the first symptoms is flu-like aches, and like you feel bad, and a high fever. But before that, you get some throat pain, and it gets in your throat. So, and they say if you gargle with vinegar, it can kill the germs or kill the coronavirus before it can move down into your lungs. I don't know. We doing the vinegar thing at my house. Yeah, all right now. So everybody be good. I love you, and please stay safe. And if you need if you're homebound and you need a little something special, go on the website and buy yourself a mystery box, and I will wrap you up some fun goodies and make it a fun experience for you to open the box and give yourself a little treat. Oh, thank you. We need lots and lots of prayers. And I'm going to get me another bottle of black cumin and take it home. All right. Bye, everybody.